Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the FIFA Flow podcast, guys. Today we have uh an episode to kind of talk. We're not going to talk a lot like about all the games we missed, but it has been a while. It's been about 3 weeks to about a month since we did our last podcast, and that was before even the Champions League new phase has even begun. So now we've had 2 games of the phases, guys. So we got quite a bit to talk about. I don't think actually did we talk about I don't think we talked about the Champions League. Oh, we did here. Let's take a look. I mean, best winger, Chelsea, Ballon Dor, UCL Game Week 1 prediction. So, yeah, we did not talk about the Champions League after the first game week, nor did we did about the second game week. But, guys, we've had 2 Champions League games already for all teams, and honestly, so far, I kind of like the new style, the new format of the Champions League. So we're going to talk about that. As I said, we said in the past, I did a big episode going into in depth about like the reactions of the Champions League draw, as well as the new format, talking about how it's going to work and why I think it's kind of better or more competitive, you can even say, than the group format. So I want to talk. We did an episode on that. Um, Over here. Let me switch my screen real quick and I'll close all my applications. We did an episode on that. I think it was this episode here, Champions League reaction, prediction, and thoughts. And yeah, that was like just skip through the end. Like if you guys click on the video over here, just like this whole section here, just skip this part and go over here. But yeah, we kind of try to predict the table type thing. Um, so make sure you guys go watch that if you haven't. We talked about the in depth of what like how it works and stuff. And guys, after seeing it, I really do think it's better. I think the new format of the Champions League is better than the group phase format from before. I really do think it's better. We're gonna go more into that later. Guys, today, as you guys can see, we have a list of things to do. Overall, UCL new format. First, I want to talk about the games, and then I want to go into the new format. So as for the games, I want to talk about Manchester United, guys, with their downfall and the rumors, the highly anticipated rumors of Eric Ten Hag being sacked from the club and bringing in someone in like whether it's a what would you say whether it's just like a temporary manager like Robin van Persie or maybe a permanent manager, maybe bring someone like Zinedine Zidane in. I don't know who, Thomas Tuchel, I think, has some links either to United or to the England squad as well. You have the Madrid Dart, where we're gonna talk about those stuff with United, just the overall the team morale, uh, the new the game against Spurs. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the team morale and new manager and stuff, and just how the longer they take, the worse it's gonna get for United. I want to talk about Chelsea's comeback season because, guys, as I said, we talked about this one a little bit on, I think it was this season here, Chelsea Talks, and then there was another one where we talked about, I think it was this one, Chelsea talent and stuff. We talked about that, and then we said Chelsea guys, Jadon Sancho, the new Eden Hazard guys. We said that on the last podcast, and yeah, as crazy as it is to sound, Eden Hazard being one of the greatest players to play in the Premier League, I really do think that Sancho kind of brings that same vibe to this Chelsea team, and that's the type of player they were missing. Someone who can dribble, who can kind of trick the opponent, I guess, like be in their minds. Very good with the ball, very good dribbling. I'd say he's one of the best technical dribblers, has a good vision of passing. He's very fast, good finishing. And for me, Jadon Sancho has a similar role. Maybe he's not at the level of Eden Hazard, of course, because Eden Hazard was a monster, but for me, he has a similar role to Eden Hazard in this Chelsea squad. So I want to talk about Chelsea. Of course, we have Cole Palmer, who's having an amazing, of course, last season he was brilliant. I think he won the PFA Young Player of the Year. And this season, he scored 4 goals in one game against Brighton last week. Um, he's just having an amazing season. Even like I really do not like looking at just the goals and the stats. It's just the overall movement of the players. How do the players play individually? Because if we're talking about stats, you take a look at defenders, they don't have any goals and assists. You get what I mean? So for me, You take a look at this Chelsea's team, and there is all around. There's more talents this year. Pedro Neto. You got. Um, I've got to be honest. Like even though uh, Nicholas Jackson is not the best striker, he is kind of he is honestly okay in some scenarios. He's kind of he's a bit inconsistent this season, but he's definitely had a better season than last year so far. When I watched some of the highlights of Chelsea, overall, I want to talk about this Chelsea team. And then what else do we have? I want to talk about the Madrid derby. There was like a disaster and stuff that happened over just the overall like the overall Madrid situation, the past few games, and where they're gonna go in the future and stuff. Like how it's gonna work out, I guess, because we talked about in the past few episodes about their kind of solidifying the tactics, understanding how the new implementation of Mbappe works. But even with Carlo Ancelotti, even now with Mbappe kind of settling in and kind of understanding how Madrid play, Carlo Ancelotti is now kind of in a like I don't even know. He's kind of stuck in a situation where he doesn't know what to play, who to play because there's too many good players. And even then, I feel like he did even with the players that he selects, he doesn't choose the right tactic, the right formation to fit with the player's style of play, with the role. You get what I mean? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the top five Ballon d'Or ranking and just the overall nominee list because it kind of looks like a joke to me. I want to talk about the injury crisis. We have a few major players who've had ACL injuries this season, and just overall, it's just due to having an overload of games. What is the point of the Nations League? This week we had the past weekend, and I think up to like we have 2 3 more days uh before the um nation break ends, but we literally had another international break like a few weeks ago, and that was also for the Nations League and just friendlies. And then now what is the point of the Nations League? It's like the most useless league ever. And then the Club World Cup, even though it is a really cool idea to see the best teams from the best countries play against each other. You got the Champions League winners, the Ligue 1, the La Liga, the Prem, the Bundesliga, the Liga NOS. You got the MLS, the Copa Libertadores, um, Sudamericano. You got the Asia Cup, the whatever the Saudi League winners. You got the Australia, the Oceanic winners. You got all these teams in one tournament, the Club World Cup, and it's still like even though the idea is cool, it's still an overload of games to play. It's just money, 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 and all these games being played in America as well because America is of course, I guess, the land of money. I guess you could say just, but it like I don't know. It's just it's too much, especially this Nations League. There's too many breaks, and you could say for a lot of these younger players that it's good for them because there's more chances for them to get games. But for these star players, it's just so much fatigue for them, so much um like matches and the problem with me is yes, it's cool to see it's gonna be nice to see like all these star players playing week in week out because we want to see these stars performing every week and show what they're there for, will show why they are the bigger players. But when you get an overload of games, you become fatigued and then you become inconsistent and you don't see this spectacular games every single week like you did in the past. So for me, I'd rather see a consistency of big performing games, but less games rather than an overload of games and inconsistent performances. You get what I mean? So that's personally my opinion there. We're gonna talk about the injury crisis and overload of games, and then yeah, as we said, the top five of the Ballon d'Or we're gonna list over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're actually gonna do six. I guess kind of like an honorable mention over here, and then just the overall list, and then of course, like usual, ended off with a Footy Tic Tac Toe. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's see. So where are we starting off? Let's start off with Manchester United, guys. I think we're recording our screen. Where are we here? What are these ads, bro? Get them. Oh my days. Yeah, let's just zoom in so the ads don't show. But where are we? Premier League. Let's just go Manchester United. Let's talk about United, guys, because overall their situation. Look at this team form. In the past 5 games, they've drawn they haven't won a single game in the past 5 games, and maybe that could go on. One, two, three. Yeah, in the past 5 games, they haven't won a single game. All draws, and of course, it's draws to teams that I'm not saying they're bad teams, because in their own way they are a good team in their own league and stuff. But these are teams that for a team like who has the presence or the media, who has the history of Manchester United, you expect them to beat the teams like Crystal Palace, like FC Twente, like um, Porto is reasonable. I'd say Porto is a very good team. Um, Aston Villa, but either way, you expect United like to be a team like with they have all this talents. They have um Garnacho, Kobe Mainu, Ugarte, Rashford, Rasmus Højlund, and then in the back you got Diego Dalot, Luke Shaw. I don't know. It's just you got Bruno Fernandes, and I think these are a talented group of players, but there's no morale. There's no team connection. It's not a group of. They just got in a bunch of players and put them in one team. So there's no connection between the players at all, and that's the problem here. The tactics are there. There's no. Um, they're not playing as if there's something on the line. They're just there to play and then get out. And I think that's comes down to the manager. Why he doesn't he's not, I guess, giving the right talks. He's not giving the right tactics. I guess you can say I think tactics is a lot, but I don't think it's just the tactics that comes down, because in the match the player is going to play differently depending on how the opposition plays. Of course, the tactics are going to be set to counter the opposition, but even then, the player will not always play the way that the coach wants to, because they might have to move differently depending on the opposition style. But so for me, you can't really say, "Oh, Ten Hag's tactics are not good." I think in some scenarios you can say tactics is a huge part of the game in situations like Real Madrid currently with Ancelotti not providing the correct tactics. He has the team morale at the best at the top, but he doesn't have the tactics set. Same with Luis Enrique. I want to talk about that with PSG as well. But it, I wouldn't say that tactics are always the number one problem where you can blame. For me, is the morale, because if the morale is not good in the team, then that's where the team won't play to the way that you want them to play. They won't play with your tactics. They won't play at the top of their form. And yeah, I really don't know. I guess you have. I think in the past, of course, I think in the past 6 or 7 games, Bruno Fernandes has gotten 2 red cards, and Bruno Fernandes is the captain of the team. When your captain is getting red cards in a few matches, let's take a look here. 1 red card. Oh, I think the one against Spurs got appealed, and they won the appeal. But if we take a look here, previous, it doesn't even show. No, it should. 2 games in a row, he got red cards as the captain. 2 games in a row, man. One against Spurs, who are a top contender in the Premier League. So you obviously you have to perform at your top of the level and boost the team morale, like the team morale as a captain. Say, okay, we're still in this. Okay, we made a mistake on the first goal, but that doesn't stop us to go ahead and push on to make a comeback. And then you go into Europa League for a trophy, for a major European competition cup, and then you get a red card as well against a team like Porto as well. This is just unacceptable as a captain. But yet again, it comes down to the team morale with the coach. What is the manager doing? You see, what I like. It is a joke. It really is a joke with this team. Um, but I mean, we take a look at some of their previous matches. How are they playing with these tactics? We take a look at Aston Villa. Um, Onana, Dalot. I guess in this scenario, you can say they just were unlucky with because they had a pretty solid defense, and the fact that Johnny Evans is still playing, bro. This guy's like 36-year-old, holy, and he's still playing. Mazraoui, Kobe Mano. I think they have a really good, talented team. As I said, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, Kobe Mano, Ericsson, Mazraoui, Dalot. Well, I told you Dalot. He's had an amazing season so far. Um, and then you take a look at And then I really do think it comes down to the morale of the team, and also some parts is they don't have really a crucial striker in the top. I think Rashford is yet again having an inconsistent season. So I think they really need to get a player who's a real captain in the team because there's a lot of talent. I feel like they're just missing someone who can boost the team morale. Like they don't have that, and the manager just makes it worse. And every single like game, like post match interview, even when they lose, when they draw, he just says, "Okay, we did our best. We go on to the next game, and we hope to do better." That's what Erik ten Hag says. We go hope to do better in the next game, and then I really don't think that's enough to boost the morale of the team. I think if you want to say, okay, we want to do better in the next game, you should kind of urge the players. You should kind of say, okay, we didn't do good. So I don't know, give some sort of punishment to the players to I don't know, more training or stuff, more team training I think is what they need rather than individual training or working on passes or working on shooting. They need team training for sure. So and yet again, the longer this takes, the more the morale of the team is going to go down. This is the morale of the team, let's say. You have here, the longer it takes, the morale is going to go down, and it's going to be harder for that morale to come up. So, if you bring in a new manager, it's going to be more pressure on the new manager than it is on the current manager. I really do think that. I think that the longer it takes, the longer it takes, the longer that Ten Hag is at the club, the team morale is gonna go further down. And yes, there's already pressure on Ten Hag, but bringing in a new manager is gonna put even more pressure on the team and the new manager because he's gonna have to bring this team back up in terms of performances and also bring the team into a good team morale, you know? So it's going to be more pressure on the team. It's going to be harder for him to even get up into those performances because the team morale was already put so low from the previous manager. So the new manager is going to have so much pressure. So we'll see. Of course, there's the rumors of Robin van Persie to come in as a temporary manager for Ten Hag. I wonder if Zinedine Zidane is still wanting to come and coach for United. So I'm not sure. I don't think he's really wanting to though. I think I've seen some stuff on Twitter that he doesn't want to, but we'll see. Overall, yeah, this game against Spurs, I mean some of the goals that Spurs scored, I think the second and even third goal was a bit questionable in terms of like it wasn't the most like they weren't meant like the not weren't meant to score, but it was just a bit odd the way they scored the Kulusevski goal. If you guys go search it up, I can't really show it, but like it's crossed in, and then he kind of taps it in over midway in the cross, over behind Onana, and then the second one was just I guess one of those rebounds, like just the ball is just bouncing everywhere and then goes into the net type of things with Solanke. The first goal though, Brendan Johnson, who's having a really good start to the season, young young Welsh winger for Tottenham Hotspur. He's having a really good season, and that goal was good. And then yet again, as I said, the captain Bruno Fernandes, he needs to like, he's the captain, and he's getting red cards in two back-to-back games. Just not what you want to see. But yeah, United in the mud, the 14th in the Premier League, and with the new Europa League system, I think they are 11th in the Europa League as well. No, it's even worse now. 21st. I think 11th after the first game week. They're 21st now. Two draws. And I think they only got one. They only won this. They were losing. They were 2-0 up against Porto. This was the game that Bruno Fernandes got the red card as well. They were 2-0 up in the first half, and then Porto come back 3-2, and then in the last minute of the game, like Maguire comes and scores. So yet again, look at that. They're 2-0 up, and then they come back and almost lose to Porto 3-2. They have a red card and only came back in the 91st minute with Maguire scoring a goal in the last minute. So if that was the case, if they were to score there, then you would see in the Europa League that they would have 1 point and they would be below Porto as well, because I don't know, maybe equal. I don't know how it would work there, because Porto would not, if Porto didn't concede that, Porto would not have had that one goal. Oh no, yeah, they would have been at 24th. They would have been at 24th. They still would have been in the qualification spot for the next stage, but they would have been lower. So it's not a huge difference in terms of that draw, even if they lost. Actually, Porto would have gone like much higher as well. But yeah, overall, United, man, 2-0 up, lose 3-2, get a red card, and then barely win off of. And this is the Europa League as well, man. I mean, Spurs are here as well, who have 2 wins. You have Lyon, who are a very, very strong team this season as well, with 2 wins. Lazio, Ajax, Galatasaray, Eintracht Frankfurt. So, yeah, I don't know. United, man. Let's go ahead and talk about Chelsea. I want to talk about the Brighton game especially, and just the overall the the talents this team has. Guys, Cole Palmer is amazing. I would say he is probably like I'd say currently at the moment Cole Palmer is better than a lot of these other England wingers. I think he's better than Saka. He's better than Rashford as well, for sure. He's better than what's the other guy's name? Um, Cole Palmer, and then you have the guy Phil Foden. He's better than Foden for sure, guys. Saka or Cole Palmer has came into this Chelsea team and revolutionized it. He's came in. He's I think he has 6 goals so far this season. And this game here, it's not just for last season. I really was saying, like I said that he had a lot of talent. I feel like the media was really praising Cole Palmer because of the amount of goals he had, and because of that, I said, why is this guy getting praised? Because of the amount of goals he had, which the goals came from penalties. As I said, I don't like being the guy who judges players off of the amount of goals or assists they have. But last season, he was getting praised not only for his performances, but he was mainly getting praised because of the amount of goals he had. And that's where I said, man, this guy is scoring penalties. He's not scoring good goals. And it's tough to score penalties, but still, like you can give the penalty to anyone in the team and they can score. But now I'm starting to understand that this guy is not just about penalties. He is about the dribbling, the movement, the passing. Not just passing for an assist. The vision, the the way he plays the passes. This is what he's about. So Cole Palmer for sure. The first goal was, what was the first goal? I don't remember the first goal. I think it was just like a cutback goal. I think the second goal was a penalty, of course. But yet again, the penalty, the way that they built up to that penalty is, I'm just talking about the way, is just incredible teamwork and talent from the team, because you have Jadon Sancho, who I said in the start of the podcast, guys. He's not at the level of Eden Hazard, but he's playing that same role, moving the ball into the spaces, dribbling very fast. He has the ball close to his feet. So he's really a spectacular player, man. Jadon Sancho, I think, is a top player, and it's really good that he went to Chelsea. If he was at United, I wouldn't be saying this stuff, because with the way United are, even if he's providing what he's doing now at Chelsea, it wouldn't be enough to even win games for United. I think him moving to Chelsea was a huge good. It was a really good thing for him. So, and even when you think like, yeah, man, like just amazing. I think the connection, Pedro Neto in the attack. I think what also is really good for this Chelsea team is the arrival of Nkunku, man. Christopher Nkunku. He was injured all of last season. Just even the start of last season, you can see he was doing really good. But now that he's here and he has no injuries now, he's kind of healthy. He is really good with Cole Palmer. The link ups with him, the links up with Jadon Sancho, and I really do think the reasoning behind this is because they're a bit more intelligent on the ball, and I think that's what a lot of these teams need. It's not just can you run, can you shoot, is you need the intelligence as well. Players like Tony Cruz who have the vision, the passing, and I think that's what these players have. Christopher Nkunku coming from the Bundesliga, he's more of a I think he has that talent. You have Cole Palmer who's starting to he's still young, but you can see the way he's playing. He's trying to play like a top. He is playing like a top player because of the mentality, the footballing IQ, the way he moves, the way he passes, the way he dribbles, his positioning on the field. And a lot of these players, you take a look at Jude Bellingham, for example, the same scenario. He doesn't play. He plays because he's good, but the movement on and off the ball is also very very important for these players. A lot of these players in the game, that's what differentiates these pros, the good players from the great players. Is it's not just about the skill of the game, it's about can you mentally handle, can are you do you have the IQ of the game, can you have the vision, do you understand the match, you know. And I think the players like Nkunku, Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho for sure. He has the vision. He has the dribbles. He knows. He's one step ahead when he dribbles against his opponent. Um, Very similar to Eden Hazard for a sense. The way he dribbles, um, and that's what this Chelsea team has and is bringing a lot to this season. You can see the footballing IQ for sure. So yeah, the second goal was a pen, but as I said, the 1-2 passes, Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, um, and and Jadon Sancho on that left side is an amazing connection. The tiki taka play that those three have, amazing. And yeah, he does. Jadon Sancho one, he goes up running behind. Enzo makes the pass into the box, and then he tries to go in behind to get the pass to receive the pass on the other end from the 1-2, and he just gets fouled by two players trying to stop him. But just amazing, the vision, the passing, the connection. Um, Amazing by not only by Enzo Fernandez but Jadon Sancho as well. I think he's a hugely significant player. I feel like if this was a player last season like Madueke, he wouldn't really be making those same 1-2 moves. He would just go try to run in and try to score himself. But I think Jadon Sancho, as I said, the footballing IQ, he understands. Let me pass here. Let me go there. Move into the spaces. You get what I mean? So amazing there. The third goal was a beautiful, beautiful free kick from about 30, 40 yards out. Not 40 yards out, but like 30-ish yards out. Amazing free kick, top bins. On the right with his left foot, top bins. And then yet again, even this last goal here, you could say is like a tap in, but it was an amazing finish. And I think it was assisted by yet again Jadon Sancho with the assist. Yeah, it was Jadon Sancho with the assist. Um, what was it? Yeah, he just assists it in behind, and then he somehow slots it in near post with his left foot, and it was a very tight angle, but the strike, the power on that, amazing, amazing. So Cole Palmer, amazing talent. um who's this new manager, Enzo Francesca or whatever, Maresca, Enzo Maresca. Amazing, he's brought the mentality, he's brought the morale of the team back up, and that's what United are missing. Like he's giving time to a lot of these players as well. In Kunku, Romeo Lavia, who's amazing, Mikhailo Mudrik, Renato Sanchez, or not Renato Vega, Pedro Neto. Renato Vega, man, he's pretty okay. I've seen him a few times. I never knew who he was. I think he's from the academy, but he's pretty decent for Chelsea. I've seen him a few times, of course, 7.77, 6.8, 8.9 against Ghent, so amazing for him. So overall, Chelsea, amazing team. Um, Take a look. Let's go ahead talk about Real Madrid. Did we talk about Barcelona? No, we won't talk about Barcelona as well. Let's go ahead and talk about PSG, and then we'll talk about Champions League. And when we talk about the Champions League, we'll kind of talk about the matches as well and Real Madrid. But the Champions League, guys. First PSG, guys. PSG. I don't know what we're doing. Luis Enrique. we got to get things straight here because you are playing a possession. Honestly, let's just go ahead and we're not going to talk. Let's talk about the Champions League, and within the Champions League, we'll talk about the team. So, um, yeah, Champions League, guys, new format and new everything. Of course, we have, and as I said, the new format is really bringing because it's not within a group of 4 teams. It's within all the teams. You're competing against all the teams, even though you're not playing against every single team. The games matter because you're competing for points against every other team. So the competitiveness, the points matter more than in the group phase. And as I said, the point difference as well, the distribution of the points is more because you only play each team once. So as I said, in the previous format, you have one team from pot one, a team from pot two, a team from pot three, and a team from pot four. And then you play each team home, away, home, away, home, away. So let's say we're the team. Let's say from our perspective, we are the team. We are this pot four team from the lower tier of football. You're most likely going to lose both games against this pot one team, which would be 6 points. You lose 6 points. Maybe against the pot two team, most likely, because most pot two teams are like Arsenal or Atletico de Madrid. So most likely you're gonna lose this team. That's 12 points gone right there. Out of 6 games, that's 12 points gone. And then right away, and then probably maybe you can draw or win one game here and then draw the other, and even then that's 4 points. 4 points. And let's say that's 4 points. The 2 losses you've drawn to these guys have already got 6 points because you lost to them twice. So your 4 points that you got against one win and one draw against the pot three team, it's not enough because you already lost twice to these first 2 tier teams, and that they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna be ahead of you, and they're gonna be higher tier than you, and then they're gonna go on. So because you're playing each team twice, there's less chance of qualifying because the points are all going like 6 points here are going to one team. But now the new format with the new format, you play pot one. You play each team. So over here you have like either home and then maybe like another home and then away and then back home and away, away, home, away. So you play 4 games. Wait. You play 4 games at home and 4 games away. Okay? But then, oh wait, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think here. So let's say, so you're a team from pot four, right? You're gonna play 2 other teams from pot four, two two different teams from pot three. Whereas over here, you're playing the same team from pot three twice. Over here, you're playing 2 teams from pot three, but it's 2 different teams. Same thing with pot two and same thing from pot one. So instead of having 6 points all going to one team, only 3 points are going to one team. So that's less points for the team you're playing against. And then that's less points on the table, of course. So that's why the point distribution is harder because so every game matters. Even if it's a team in the pot four, it might seem easier, but it still is a crucial game because let's see over here, right? Like you lose, um, lose, lose, lose. So that's 12 points gone here, right? As we said, over here is 12 points gone. You have a win and a draw against these pot three teams, 4 points. But since these first 2 pot teams have 6 points, they're going to be in the top of the group, like the top 2 placements. 4 points is not enough. But over here, even if you lose 12 points here, you still have another 12 points to go. So you can win, draw, win, and you can get a minimum 7 points from a pot 4 team, from a lower tier team. So that's why I said the distribution of the points, instead of like getting 6 points from, instead of one team getting 6 points from this team, they're only 3 points. It's less distribution of points. So the game matters more. Yeah, I didn't even know what I'm saying there. It was probably hard to understand. It's kind of hard to explain. If you search it up, there's definitely other videos that are more descriptive, but for sure, um, like it's definitely a better system, as I said, um, for the smaller teams as well, and even for the bigger teams, because you take a look here, Real Madrid, PSG, they're in the lower end. You expect them to be at the top, and then you have teams like Brest, Stade Brestois, Sparta Prague at 10th, Sporting, Monaco, Lille. You have these teams ahead of teams like PSG, Real Madrid, Atletico de Madrid, Arsenal. You see these teams, and then you have Stade Brestois, Benfica, Juventus. Let's say Brest was in a team with Borussia Dortmund, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and Barcelona, right? Then Brest is probably getting last. But over here, they're playing against other teams as well. So not all the teams are going to only 3 teams. Not all the points are going to 3 teams only. The same 3 teams, because all the points are being distributed to other teams as well. So it's harder, as I said. Yeah, it's bro, I don't even know how to explain. But anyways, I really do like the new system. It's pretty exciting. Um, Yet again, it's more games for the players, but it's exciting. If the game amount of games were the same as before, I think it would have been good. But yet again, with the injury crisis that we have, like it's really not good to see the amount of games um, played for these players. And we take a look here. Yes, like it's only a small injury, but a player like Lamine Yamal at 17, at this young age as well, like any injury, any small injury could be a major like a major career situation. We take a look at players from the past, of course, Ansu Fati in particular, Gavi, Pedri. They've played so many games at such a young age that their body's not able to handle it. Maybe if you're a bit older, then your body is kind of, you have more physicality, you kind of have more just more, your body is able to handle more pressure, but at such a young age, handling all that pressure is so much. So yes, this is a small injury, but when we go to these bigger players, Rodri, ACL injury, will miss the rest of the season. Carvajal, major ACL injury, major injury, he's gonna miss the rest of the season. And this is crucial for Real Madrid, because going forward, Real Madrid don't really have a all, I guess Vasquez, very underrated right back as well, but the role that Carvajal had last season for Real Madrid in the Champions League was crucial. So he's a crucial player for Madrid. So it's a major loss for them as well. So we'll see. But yet again, it's just these 3. They're adding 3 extra games to the Champions League. This Club World Cup thing, the Nations League. Like, what is the point? Why are we extending the amount of games? And then the next World Cup is gonna have more teams as well. Like, yet again, more games. So yeah, it's kind of it sucks, but as I said, yeah, it's also more exciting to see a lot of the games as well. But as I said, yet again, there's the fatigue and stuff, and then yeah, if these big players like Rodri, Carvajal, and get injured, then there's not going to be good players to see. And let's say Mbappe gets injured, I want to see Mbappe. He's a top player. I want to see him play every week. But if he's going to be overused, overplayed, and then get injured, then we're not going to be able to watch a player of his talent. So it does suck. Um, let's talk about PSG in the Champions League. Man, Luis Enrique, man, we got to sort out the tactics. In the first game against Girona was a solid game for PSG, but against Girona, we only won in the last minute by an own goal as well, a very lucky own goal as well. The keeper made a mistake and it went through his legs. But look at the way that we play, man. We play too much based game. Five, almost 600 passes, almost two times the passes from our opponent, and 26 shots. We should have got more goals for sure. But I think what PSG are doing wrong, what Luis Enrique is doing wrong, and I think there's stuff on Twitter I've seen where the team is not um, is not like what the coach's ideas are and the way they're playing. And that is having a possession based game. I think what we really need to do is have a counter attacking football game, a more open game, because every single game, all I see is passing in the back. Pacho to Nuno to back to Pacho to Marquinhos to Zaire Emery, and then Zaire Emery just instead of going moving the ball forward, he looks back and passes it back to Marquinhos, and we keep on doing that until we see a gap in between the defense or a player make a run in behind, where then we play a long ball forward and then don't win the ball in the air. You get what I mean? I think that's the problem is we wait too long. We just have to and especially like a possession based game where only works against a team who's putting on pressure. Like Bayern Munich is a team who always puts a lot of these German teams put on a lot of pressure. But when it comes to Champions League games, a lot more teams are going to play very defensive. And you take a look at the team like Arsenal for sure. That Arsenal game, man, was really disappointing, man. I really didn't like that Arsenal game. Um, I like this is the game where Arsenal are so defensive and we're still just holding the possession. We're not taking enough chances. And I think that's what Luis Enrique is doing wrong is he's not willing to lose the ball even though like you get a chance from it. We just need to send the chance, man. Stop holding the ball and waiting for a moment where there's no defenders. When you play against a defensive team like Arsenal, like Real Madrid, you're not going to have like the opportunities because the whole team is defending. You need to just send it. And I think one of the problems are with this team. I think some of the problems with this team is yet again the tactics with Luis Enrique. Just just send it, man. Why are we holding the possession for so long, waiting for the gap? If the opposition is going to play defensive, you're not going to have any any opportunity because the way that you want to play is the possession based football, waiting for that moment where there's a gap in behind the defense. It just doesn't work. I think what we really need to do is start playing counter attacking football like Liverpool, like um, Barcelona. I think that's what we need. And also, um, I think the striker situation is really bad as well. We need a new striker, man, for sure. I think Lee Kangin is he's really good centrally, but it's not enough to fill in the attack. Especially when you're playing against a team like Arsenal, a very defensive team. A player like Lee Kang-in, he's pretty small and gets bullied a lot, especially when you have the best defensive partnership, Saliba and Gabriel. Is just not good enough for Lee Kang-in. I think we need I think Osimhen, man. I think he would have been good. Um, Kelly Mwendo from where's he? Stade Reims, I think. Who else is there? Gyökeres, amazing. I think he would fit perfectly for Paris Saint-Germain. I think we just need and we need a big striker who can just run in behind, who's like a tank, someone who has a big physicality. I think that's what we're missing. We have I think the problem with PSG is we have too many technical players. With who we have too many technical players. We take a look at the game against. Let's talk about this game first. Man, Arsenal. I just hate that. I have to respect that Arsenal are a top team and one of the best teams in the world. I would have to say this current Arsenal team would beat the current Real Madrid team. It would beat the current Barcelona team. I mean, when you're playing, man, Arsenal are just a really good team. But what I don't like about Arsenal is they don't play to win. They play so ratty. They play defensive. I know it's a sort of tactic, but man, like it's pretty like I don't want to watch this I have to respect that they are really good at defending and really good at set pieces like corners, free kicks and all that. But I don't want to come watch football to watch a defending FC, man. I want to watch attacking, counter-attacking Liverpool, Real Madrid type, Barcelona type football. Move the ball up and down, have a lot of chances on each side of the pitch. These guys had 6 shots and 2 goals. PSG 10 shots, and yet again, it comes down to the situation where PSG don't have a striker. But yet again, the passing, man. Can we see these passing here? What are the stats? Yet again, look at the possession, man, because 2 times more passes, and look at the amount of possession as well, because all Arsenal did this match was defend, defend, defend. And then all Luis Enrique wants to do is say, okay, we're not going to push, let them defend, we're going to hold on to the ball. That's not going to do anything, man. Just take the chance, man. Take the chance. Go up the pitch. And I have to respect that Arsenal defended. I respect that they are a top club and they have a lot of top performers. They are good at what they are doing. They have really good defenders and they're really good at set pieces, man. The set pieces, both the goals, the first was Trossard who was dribbling really good and just wasn't enough pressure. He had the open space to cross it. He crosses it in. Donnarumma, man, he just doesn't know how to catch a ball in the air. This guy in the air is not good at all, Donnarumma. So he tries to come out for the ball, but then you have Kai Havertz who just hits it over him. None of the center backs are marking him either. The second goal is, bro, look at these ratty tactics that Arsenal, that Arteta have. As I said, I respect that they are a good team defensively and the tactics. It's a way to play, of course, and they're a special team because these come out of nowhere. Football, you see all these special stuff, but it's just a really, you don't want to watch this stuff defending all game and scoring goals like this, lucky goals like this, and then being proud of it as well. Like I yet again I respect because they're good at it. Like fair play to them. They're a top team. If this is what they have to do to win the Prem, to be a top team, then I guess it's what you have to do. But it's sad. It's not what you want to watch. It's really ratty, man. So first of all, look at the height difference. We have too many technical players. Jean Neves, Vitinha, Barcola, Nunmensch, Hakimi, and then you have Saliba, Gabriel, Kai Havertz, Calafiori. Look how tall these guys are. Kai Havertz, man, like holy, the height difference is crazy. So of course they're gonna be good in the air. And look at these tactics, man. You have these guys all back here, no one here, and then when the corner is taken, they all just run out, block Donnarumma's vision, and then it just somehow bounces in because his vision is blocked by not only the PSG, like these weird, man. What the heck is this, man? If you just saw this image, you would think, okay, how is this goal gonna happen? Guys, go watch this goal on YouTube now and then tell me what a joke of a goal this was, because what are these tactics? And that's what I say. It is surprising. Like you always want to see these surprises, like how these goals come, but not like this, not defending, not scoring 2 lucky goals, defending all game and then being proud of it. I respect that they're good at it, but it's not what you want to see every week. So it's unfortunate, and yet again, it's also PSG's fault that PSG are very vulnerable in set pieces, especially Donnarumma, and even the back line were very, very vulnerable in set pieces. So for Arsenal, this was a training game for them. And then also, yet again, the possession-based game is too much possession. We just lose Enrique, man. We have to play counter-attacking football. We can't play a possession-based game against a defending team, because if they're going to defend all game, if we're just gonna keep passing it back and forth, it's not gonna do anything. We need to take the chances. You need to risk and take. Even if you lose the ball, just send it, man. Just go for it. He dropped Ousmane Dembele this game as well because there's some stuff in the locker room or whatever. I don't really know. So, Luis Enrique, man, get your things together. Stop playing possession-based football, man. This even the game against Nice, PSG had a game against Nice. And guys, I literally watched the first half. We conceded the first goal, and I left. I literally left the game. I didn't even see the new managed goal because I was just sick of watching this team too much. Like, we just have to send it, Stop playing this possession based. But, anyways, yeah, that's PSG and the Champions League for you. So yeah, I expect to see more from PSG because so far that game against Girona, just wasn't good. We need to like score our chances. And in that game against Arsenal, just yet again too much possession base. We need a striker as well. We have too many short technical players. We kind of need a bigger player. And talking about big players, Pogba, man, he's big, he's physical, he's technical. This is the type of player we need. He's coming back, guys. He is making his way back. He was banned for 4 years, but then after a few trials, he made his way. He's now has his ban from football is now less, and he's expected to come back next year during March of 2025. However, he is under contract with Juventus, but I think they're planning to terminate his contract, so he will be a free agent. So I don't think, but yet again, Luis Enrique doesn't want a player like Pogba. But for what the scenario at PSG, and yet again, we have too many small technical players, man. Pogba is the player we need. What was his name? Kepper. We need these big players on, like, man, these physical players, these bully players, you know. So yeah, man, Luis Enrique, get your stuff together. Stop playing possession-based football, please. I can't see enough. Like you see Arsenal defending all game, and then we're doing nothing. We're just holding the ball. We're saying, okay, yeah, you can defend. It's okay. We're just gonna hold the ball. As long as we hold the ball more, we're gonna we will. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sucks. But that is PSG in the Champions League. I hope to see more. Real Madrid as well. I want to talk about Real Madrid in the Champions League. Guys, when Lille won this game, I was the happiest man alive, guys. Even when they scored this goal, man, because now it's no hate to Real Madrid because I still respect that Real Madrid are the best club in the history of the sport. But sometimes, like the media and the fan base of these Madrid people is just the ego of these guys is just too high. So, and especially with the way that, like, especially with PSG fans, with us, we get criticism by every single fan out there. And especially, like, yeah, we get criticism by every single club fan out there. So seeing another big team, like, and they criticize us, and then seeing these guys like do bad as well, you expect a team like Madrid to do good every week, and then they do bad, and then we hate on them, and then you know what, like, it's time for PSG fans, like, they deserve to know what we're feeling as well, you know. It is kind of sad, but guys, Lille were an amazing team. Chevalier, Thiago Santos, I think the left back, Zaragoza, was that his name? Zagrova, amazing talent. Jonathan David, Andre, Diakate. They were playing a ratty five back. Chevalier, yeah, as I said, Thiago Santos, amazing, amazing by them. Now, yeah, of course, they scored a goal from a penalty, but even in the second half, were really, really strong defensively as well. Chevalier made some amazing saves, a crucial saves, clear-cut chances that Madrid should have scored, but Chevalier was there and he made an amazing saves on a crucial day against a big team like Real Madrid at home in the Champions League. Couldn't have been any better performance from Chevalier. But guys, I want to talk about Madrid. It's disappointing that we're seeing this happening to Madrid. Because what are these tactics, guys? Chouameni, Camavinga. You got Valverde and Jude Bellingham, Vinny and Endrick up top. It's just, it doesn't work out because Valverde is just not a winger. He's not a winger. Uh, so he's not going to be a right winger, a right midfielder. This guy is running everywhere on the pitch. He's going to come to the left side, to the left back. He's going to go to center back. He's going to go to striker. That's how Valverde plays. Vinny is not a striker. This guy always drifts out wide, man. And then Endrick was also drifting kind of out to the right as well. And the reason Endrick was drifting out right was because Valverde is not a right mid. This guy is a Park Ji-sung, is a Kante. This guy is everywhere on the pitch. So that right side of the field was open. Endrick drifts wide there. And then Vinny, of course, he's not a striker. He's a winger. He likes to always go to the wing and cut inside. And then, so Vinny comes to the wing here. And then since Valverde was not on the wing here, Endrick would go to the wing, to this open space here. So you have these two guys on the wing. You have Valverde somewhere else on the pitch in the middle. And then when Vinny wants to play like this and then cut inside, go around here, and there's nobody here because Endrick is here, so it doesn't complement them well. The role that they play, this tactic, doesn't complement the role of the players. Man, they just need to play the generic 4-3-3. Mendy, Rudiger, Militao, and I guess now that Carvajal has the ACL injury, Vasquez over there. I would honestly play Vasquez at right back over Valverde. Valverde at right back. Valverde needs to play in the middle, man. If you play this guy anywhere else, that guy is not going to play in the position you ask him to. He's just going to play anywhere he wants. So I'd honestly play Vasquez at right back. And then in the middle, in the three, I play a defensive midfielder of either Camavinga or Chouameni. And then Valverde and Luka Modric, you can say, or Valverde and Jude Bellingham for sure, and then Vinny on the left, Mbappe in the middle, Rodrigo on the right. A generic 4-3-3 is the best formation for the role of the players that Real Madrid have. But he wants to test out these 4-2-2 tactics, Jude Bellingham on the left and stuff. It really sucks the way that the Real Madrid are playing. But what I will say is, wait, how many? I feel like they're also getting a lot of criticism as well, especially for Jude Bellingham, guys. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Jude Bellingham, he had his one season, amazing season last season, and now he's nowhere to be seen." And I think that all comes down because he's not scoring a lot of goals, but also because this guy is not a striker anymore. He's not needing to play in that attacking role anymore because he's because they have Mbappe now. He's more defensive, and yet again I feel like he has a new role this season, and he's still really good at it, but he's not getting the credit that he should be because this new role of him is not as exciting as his center forward, his false nine role that he had last season. You get what I mean? So yeah, Real Madrid, amazing game for Lille though, but yeah, overall, this Champions League, we had Juve, who had spectacular performance, of course. What's Juve? One of their crucial center backs as well, Bremer, without ACL injury as well, and he was their best player as well this season. Um, but yeah, Juve, Kenan Yildiz, amazing season. Liverpool, Monaco, Atletico de Madrid, Benfica winning against Atletico de Madrid 4-0. Aston Villa winning 1-0 against Bayern. Amazing game for Aston Villa. Um, Barcelona 2-0 2-1 loss against Monaco. You got 7-1 for Dortmund against Celtic. You got 4-0 for Leverkusen, and then you got 0-0 here, 3-5-1, 3-0. 3-1, you got 9-2, 3-1 Liverpool, Milan. You got all these crazy games. A lot of stuff. I really like this new format for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be that. New format, new Champions League. What do we have next week? I think next week is kind of the boring week of games. I guess Madrid, Dortmund, PSG, PSV, Juve, Stuttgart is not bad. Stuttgart are a really good team. Oh, Barca Bayern, 8-2 comeback for Barcelona, man. They're gonna get their vengeance with Hansi Flick. But yeah, that is that. Let's go ahead and talk about the Ballon d'Or ranking as well. Where's this? Ballon d'Or, guys. So this list here, man, is just a complete. Oh, really? It's just a complete joke. For me, Jude Bellingham, amazing player. He deserves there. Çalhanoğlu, I haven't watched Serie A at all. Carvajal stays. Ruben Diaz stays. Artem Dovbyk. I think this is the guy from Girona last season. Why is he on this list? Where is the likes of Rodrigo? I think Rodrigo deserves so much more credit than he is so underrated. Phil Foden, I guess he can stay there. Why is Grimaldo on this list? If you're gonna have Grimaldo on this list, you might as well have Frimpong, because Both of them, even though they did good for Leverkusen, had an absolute. They didn't even play in the. They had absolute stinkers in the Euros. Grimaldo didn't even play in the Euros. I think he was injured. So why is he on this list? For one good season with Leverkusen, you might as well put Frimpong there as well. Why is Frimpong not on here? I think Gyökeres should be on here for sure. Why is put Gyökeres over Grimaldo? Haaland deserves to stay there. Hummels, I guess, yeah, he was a really good crucial player um for Dortmund last season for the Champions League. Harry Kane, good. Tony Kroos, amazing. Ademola Lookman. This guy had a hat trick in the final against uh, Leverkusen, and yes, it's against a top team like Leverkusen. You end their invincible streak, but that doesn't like. I feel like who's another player who should be there? I guess I would honestly put Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy was the top goal scorer last year, and is not on the list. I would have honestly put Ronaldo over there. Um, Emiliano Martinez, amazing. Dibu Martinez as goalkeeper, crucial for Argentina in the Copa America and this season for Aston Villa as well. Amazing in the Champions League. Lautaro Martinez, crucial for Argentina yet again. Top Serie A goal scorer, won the Serie A with Inter Milan last season. Amazing, he deserves. Kylian Mbappe, good. Odegaard, I guess, fair. Danny Olmo, good Euros, I guess. Cole Palmer, amazing. Declan Rice, Rodri, Rudiger, Bukayo Saka, Saliba, Valverde, Vinny. What is Vitinha? Man, Vitinha, my midfielder there for PSG. But honestly, what is he doing there, man? I don't know if he's good enough to be there. He had an amazing run with PSG in the Champions League, numerous man of the matches, crucial performances, very underrated for sure. He definitely didn't get the credit that he deserves, but I don't know if it's enough credit to be on the nominee for sure. I don't know. I put Lewandowski there, man. Lewandowski, amazing player for sure. Nico Williams, I guess so. Florian Wirtz, Granit Xhaka, Yamal. There's some questionable ones. I think Rodrigo deserves to be here. Um, who else? Rodrigo. I think Ronaldo honestly deserves to be here. Not gonna lie, Ronaldo for sure. Um, Gyökeres, Rodrigo, Ronaldo. Let's see what some of these guys in this chat here. Musiala, they're saying. Yeah, donde está? Where is Rodrigo? Messi winning the Copa Mundi, um, the Copa America. Griezmann, yeah, he deserves to be there. Musiala. It's just the same comments, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely questionable. Some of these guys are questionable, but I mean, it is what it is. The I feel like the Ballon d'Or has definitely lost a lot of his credibility since like after that VVD, and then especially they canceled the Ballon d'Or. Lewandowski should have won, but they canceled because of COVID. They can't even they can still give the award to him, like honor him for this award, but they decided to just cancel it. Ever since the VVD, even the Modric one, I don't think Modric really deserved. I think even Griezmann had a better chance of winning that, should have won that, but actually Ronaldo should have won. I really don't know, but like yeah, ever since like 2018, the Ballon d'Or has lost so much credibility for sure. So it is what it is. But for me, with this list, we're gonna have an order here. Honestly, I really do have to say it. I think Vinny deserves the Ballon d'Or. This guy has gone from. This guy has been crucial for Real Madrid. Crucial, absolutely crucial, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. Like he gets the credit, but I feel like he gets too much hate as well because he plays for Madrid, he wins the Champions League, but the way that this guy, I feel like this guy has had one of the biggest, I guess, like he went from here to here in such a short amount of time. And I think that's what people are missing out is that the fact that he was one of not the best player to one of the best players in such a short amount of time. is just incredible. So for me, Vinny's gonna win it. Dribbles, the passes, the vision, the goals. He's just a leader on this pitch. So for me, Vinny's gonna win it. Um, I feel like Rodri would have been on my list the year before when they won the Champions League. I think he would have been higher up on my list. I think I would put Rodri like at fourth for me. I think Rodri, he deserves. A lot of the people say Rodri should win it, if not then second. But I think for me, he won the Prem last season, but he didn't win the Champions League. He got injured during the Spain in the Euros. For me, I'd honestly say Carvajal. Carvajal second. But who? Oh no, Jude. We have to put Jude. Jude for me second, man. Jude for me. Even though like he underperformed with I wouldn't even say he underperformed with England. He just had a yet again he had a different role. He wasn't that striker role that he played for Madrid. Even though he wasn't scoring goals, this guy was a captain not a cap. I don't know if he was the captain for England, but he was a leader for England. Everywhere, defending, passing. He was so crucial for England, but just the yeah, I guess the rest of the team couldn't finish the goals. A lot of the games ended 0-0, so they say, "Oh, well, this England team is trash." But like I feel like a lot of people expected Jude Bellingham to score a lot of goals like he did for Madrid last season. But now that he has a more defensive oriented role, he's not scoring a lot of goals. So maybe the media is looking at him in a different way, and that it's not a good way. So I think for me, Jude Bellingham, guys, this guy's a leader. He doesn't care what the media says. He just wants to win. He wants to do his best for the team. And I think for me, Jude Bellingham, if you guys haven't watched the Jude Bellingham documentary on YouTube, go watch it. Amazing. For me, yeah, Carvajal goes third. I think Carvajal, of course, he won the La Liga. He won the Euros. He scored in the Champions League final. Crucial for crucial player um for Spain, for Barcelona in the Euros as well. Youngest player to win the Euros. Rodri. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna put Toni Kroos, guys. It seems like I'm putting just because they won the Champions League and stuff, but Toni Kroos was so crucial for them in the Champions League. Rodri is an amazing player, and maybe I'm putting a little bit of bias because he's injured as well. But you could say the same thing with Carvajal, but Rodri for me has or Toni Kroos for me is just the vision, the way that he controls the midfield is just amazing. And an honorable mention, Rodri is an amazing player as well because he's so good defending. He controls the ball. He's like a modern day. I wouldn't say Busquets was a different player, but you could say like he's like a modern day Busquets with a little bit more to him as well. But Busquets was like the way that Busquets played, that guy was a different player. Like he should have his own role. So um, Rodri is nowhere at the same level as Busquets. Maybe you can say similar. I really don't know. It's pretty crazy to say, but Rodri is like an exceptional player. But I feel like because of his performance wise was top for sure. But I just think that the 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 trophies weren't there to support his credibility of his performance. But the other players like Cruz, Carvajal, Jude Bellingham, Vinny, I think Rodri is at the same level of these players, if not even more. But the credibility is not there because it's not only about the individual performances as well, but it's what you can achieve with your team as well. Of course, they won the Prem, but I don't think the Prem is enough to the matching the La Liga and the Champions League. Of course, he also won the Euros as well, but I wouldn't say he was as crucial of a player as he was with Spain than like I'd say Rodri is a more crucial player for for City than he was for Spain in the Euros. I feel like there was newer players like Zubimendi coming on and kind of replacing Rodri, subbing him off in some of the matches for sure. So yeah, for me, Rodri there. I think honorable mention for me has to be Kylian Mbappe. Of course, won the league. Went to had his big move, the media move to Madrid. So I think that's also going to be a huge factor as well. Um, and then where else are we? I think one more honorable mention for me. I have to say Lamine Yamal, guys. I have to say Lamine Yamal. This guy at 17 years old, I think is he the youngest player now to ever be nominated for the Ballon d'Or? Maybe I think he's younger than Mbappe now. I think I think he might be the youngest player to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. He's not going to win it, of course. I think the youngest player to ever win it was not Messi. Messi was what, 21? I think it was Ronaldo Phenomenal. Yeah, Ronaldo Phenomenal. What age though? 21. Oh no, so I think Messi was the same age, but I think the months and stuff because of the birth dates. But yeah, Lamine Yamal, 17 years old. He definitely deserves to be up there for sure because what he's doing with Spain. And then yeah, I think that's my mention. Some of the nominees questionable, why they don't really deserve to be on there, but I think other players like Rodrigo, Ronaldo, I feel like I honestly really do believe Ronaldo and even you can say Messi both deserve to be on this list. It's weird not seeing them on a Ballon d'Or nominee list, but I really do think that this year they deserve to be on there because Messi carrying Inter Miami. I don't want to hear all this MLS stuff, but he really did come and revolutionize uh, Inter Miami, and then also Argentina winning the Copa America. Ronaldo top scorer with last year in 2023. Most he has 900 goals now, making his way to 1,000, and doing it at 39 years old. And then yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and end it off with um footy games. Let's see, what's the time of most expensive player transfers from teams in the Eredivisie? Bro, what? I don't know. Let's just take a guess here. I feel like Gravenberch for sure. No way. Is Gravenberch not there? Uh, I don't know. Maybe Ronaldo Phenomenal. Gakpo or something. I don't know. Oh, with Luis Suarez. Oh, for surely like the Ligt and stuff, right? Frankie de Jong. That Ajax team has got to have a few players for sure. Uh, Luis Suarez is one. Surprised the Ligt is not on there. Who else would be? Who's like some of these Dutch players? Uh, who are some big Dutch players? Would Hakim Ziyech be up there? I don't know. I feel like a lot of that after that Ajax team, like from 2019, like there's just been so many. Like that 2019, the stock of that team just went so high. Um, let's just do Suarez. No, and okay, top. Let's see. Bergwijn, Sebastian Haller. I know this is the current. Anthony, bro. What am I saying? Should have said Anthony. De Jong, De Ligt, yeah, Anthony, bro. Lisandro Martinez, Lozano, Kudus, Gakpo, Ziyech. Oh, shoot. Unlucky. Yo, what are these ads, man? Come on. Let's see. Contexto. Nah, this one is too hard. Yeah, tic-tac-toe. Let's do the famous tic-tac-toe. Yeah, let's do a timer. Okay, Chelsea, Denmark. Oh, no. Christensen. Nah, what's his name? Andreas Christensen. Juve, Denmark. I think Laudrup. I think Laudrup played for Juve, yeah. United, Denmark, Eriksson. Chelsea, Marseille. Chelsea, Marseille. Blanc. Oh, he played for United. Okay, that doesn't count. Chelsea. This United, Marseille will say. United, Marseille will say Alexis Sanchez. But Chelsea, Marseille. Chelsea, Marseille. Makayele played for PSG. Guendouzi was at Arsenal. Ribery, I think, played for Marseille and then went to Chelsea and then went to Bayern. He didn't. We have minute 30 left. Juve, Marseille will say. Juve, Marseille. Juve, Marseille. Did Zidane play for, I don't think Zidane played for Marseille though. Yeah, he didn't. Chelsea, Ronaldo Nazario. Oh my days. Makayele. Oh, Makayele did play for Marseille, man. That doesn't count. Okay, Juve, Ronaldo Nazario. Because I put Zidane for this one, and then it still worked for this, so I didn't really technically guess that. Juve, Ronaldo Nazario. I don't know. Did Pirlo play with him at Inter? Blanc, United, Ronaldo Nazario, David Beckham. So we need to get Juve, Marseille, bro. I don't know these Marseille rats. I'm a PSG fan, man. Juve, Marseille, man. Who's like a French player? Lilian Thuram, maybe? I don't know. No. I really don't know. Didier Deschamps, Drogba, Makayele, Desailly. That's who I was thinking of, man. Not Laurent Blanc. I was thinking of Desailly. And then Deschamps as well, man. Oh my, he did, man. I didn't know. Juve, Marseille, Monaco. And that was managerial. Juve, Marseille, Chelsea. Man, Deschamps, man. Who else is there? Patrice Evra. Did he play for Juve? He did, and he played for Marseille, and West Ham, and Monaco, and of course United. Unlucky. Let's see, what else is there? Bingo. Okay, yeah, let's do timer. Okay, Koulibaly is Senegal. Olivier Giroud won the World Cup. Luis Diaz is from Porto. Lindstrom, I think, is Austrian, is he? No, he isn't. David Alaba is Austrian, though. Jan Oblak is, what is that, Slovenian. Uh, Mateus Nunes is from Portugal. Lucas Paqueta, Olympic Lyon. Handanovic. No. Joe Cole. I don't know, maybe Everton? No. Rafa Marquez. Yeah, with Barcelona. Uh, Brennan Johnson. This is the guy for Spurs we talked about in the earlier on, but yeah, nothing here. Presnel Kimpembe. Uh, World Cup top scorer, definitely not. Ronaldo Nazario, World Cup top scorer. Wissam Ben Yedder. Was it Real Sociedad he was at? Nah, he was Sevilla. Jota. No. Gallas. Oh, why does it sound so familiar, man? We're called Ruben Diaz. Yeah, Toure. Manu Kone. Oh, was he for Lille? Kamara. Oh no, this guy's at West Ham, I think. He's in the Prem somewhere. Chiti. Roman Riquelme. Is that the Argentinian Riquelme? I don't know where he played though. Van Nistelrooy. Maybe Ajax. Edouard Mendy. Tuchel. Oyarzabal, Real Sociedad. Kaká. Maybe with Anelka. No. Vincent Company. I don't know, Anelka City or something. Hoiberg. I think. Nah, man. Carlos Tevez. Munier. Bro, Munier doesn't play for any of these, man. I think Gallas, man. Where do I know Gallas from? Arsenal player. French as well. He probably definitely played with Anelka, man. Yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea, Marseille. Unlucky. Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar, but um, box to box. Is this the one we just did? Oh yeah, no. Football, bingo, box to box. What is this? Oh, this is the random challenge thing. Build most valuable XI. Manchester City. Who's a valuable? Who is the most? Erling Haaland for sure. RB Leipzig. Maybe Xavi Simmons. 80 mil, not bad. Oh, Villarreal, man. Didn't even know. The only guy I know is Danny Parejo. 2.5 mil. Nice. OGC Nice. Um, who's even at OGC Nice? I think Klaus is there. I'll just put Jonathan Klaus. Lazio. Boy, who's at Lazio? Guendouzi? Tottenham Hotspur. Probably Human Son. 45 mil. Borussia Dortmund. Adeyemi. Aston Villa. Probably Dibu. And then Martinez. Juventus. I guess Bremer. PSG. Like, I don't know. Can I put Mbappe? Can I put Dembele here? Does it let me? No. Marquinhos. Then Bayern Munich. Oh, Davies is good. 560 mil. What the heck? Let's see. Who's the missing 11 today? Germany's 3-2 win against Netherlands in 2019 in the European qualifier, man. Qualifier. What are we doing? Career Path Challenge. Canes, man. Who plays for Canes? Bordeaux. Paint and Bordeaux. Juve. Oh, what's his name, man? Zidane. Yeah. Uh, guess the football club. Let's try this pack 11. Hard. Okay, so this guy definitely. Nah, turn this off, man. Lorente definitely has more tackles than Grealish. Grealish definitely has more assists. This guy definitely has more assists and well than Bremer. Bremer definitely has more tackles because Araujo is injured, no? This guy definitely has more fouls won. Oh, tied. Pavard definitely has more fouls won as well. No. Dumfries. Fouls won. I'd say has been dispossessed more. Tony Kroos is a man of the midfield, man. He's the king of the midfield. He's not gonna get dispossessed. Definitely more assists than no, what? Unlucky. Then I don't even know, honestly. Let's just end there. That was so pointless, honestly. It's probably gonna be cut out. Anyways, guys, that's gonna end off today's podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Um yeah, I don't even know when the next podcast is gonna be. I try my best, but of course with university is a lot to do. But yeah, just stay tuned on my Instagram. I'll say it there. Link is in the description below. But yeah, hit that subscribe and hit that bell. Let's see if we get 60 subs by the end of the year. But yeah, for now, stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you later. Au revoir.